It is said you can understand the values of somebody by what they spend their money on. What do we as a nation and as a world spend our money on? At this point I could go down the rabbit hole of loving your fellow man, etc., but that's for another time. What is leading us to this place? Is it the lack of adults in supervision positions? Or is it our values? Or perhaps more succinctly, the lack thereof? We are in a dire competition now. Not with each other, not with the other nations, with ourselves. America will not be destroyed by outside forces. We will tear it down with our own hands, by our actions or by our inactions. Should the world not end in the death of a fiery comet, or eruption of a megavolcano, or any other plethora of things that could possibly happen, our demise on this planet will be of our own doing. Therefore, as a nation and as a world, we have some things that we must overcome. There are some precipices upon which we stand, that we must decide what to do with. Will we address them? First, we must determine a goal. Before you can start off on a trip, you must be honest with yourself. Where am I? Once you have determined your goal, and you know where you are, you must determine how you're going to get there. Arrive at understanding and make provisions for the trip. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way you are correct. I believe it is true. We have taken on, perfected, and are encouraging a parasitic and psychopathic nature to commerce. It must end. The value of human life and the hope of our posterity must come into focus. What will be in 10,000 years? What will we want 10,000 years to look like? And where are we now? Given our current trajectory, where would we end up if we continue on this course? As a nation, as a world, is that acceptable? If not, what will we do to change it? Who will take responsibility? Who will take action? Who will make provision? Who will take the journey? A lone sojourner will not be sufficient to the task, but we are 300 million here, and 7 billion on this rock. What is the impetus required for this change? Why haven't we made it yet? I desperately want to believe that I am not alone in this. I know that I am not alone in this situation, but am I alone in the desire to see change? We all gaze at the same stars and breathe the same air and drink the same water. We all bleed and breathe the same. We are all brothers and sisters, all of us, every single one, even the psychopaths. Will we allow the small portion to dictate the future of the 7 billion? We are currently subject to an immense amount of propaganda from all sides for the service of the few by the many. Education, understanding, and the change in our values. What is valuable to you? If you're going to spend the rest of your life on a desert island and you could only take one thing, would it be 100 pounds of gold?